So, as I said, in other programming languages, in C++, or in Python, where any programming language you're going to use, initially we will start with the header files. In the same way, in the web program, in the HTML also we start with the header file that we say it as, that we're going to write like what top type, top type HTML. Right, HTML. Otherwise, we can only write talk type. No issues. Okay, only talk type we can write, or we can write the talk type HTML. Okay, next. In doc type, after doc type, the next statement is where in the C program, another program, hash interest in store.h, on.h, or those things. Then next line will be start with the main function, right? Here the main function is what? HTML. The main function HTML, right? Then in the main function we're going to declare some of the values, right? If you want to declare the value like int a equal to 10, b equal to 10, then if you want to call any other functions, all those things will be included in the main part. Here I want to declare something, right? The same thing. I'm just comparing the C program with the HTML program so that you can easily understand, right? So in C program, we're going to write the main part. In main part, we're going to declare some of the values, right? The same thing in the HTML also we're going to do. In the main part is what? Main is what HTML. Under that, I'm going to declare some of the values, right? Not only the title, this is one attribute I'm adding in the HTML. Usually you're going to do this one. Title will be there for all programs. If there is no title, you can ignore the HTML, that is the head part. Sorry, not HTML. Next is what? Head will be there here. HTML, next is what? Head. So in the root, this HTML is the root element. In that root element, we are having two other elements, two subsidiaries will come, that is head and body. Right. Now the head will be like what? Main part. In when we're going to declare the values, right? So what declaration I want to do? I want to just do the declaration like title, right? So in the main part, using int a equal to 10, b equal to 10 for addition of two number. For addition of two number, we require two values, right? For adding that declaration, I will be there in the main part. The same thing in title part. What I want to display on the taskbar, in the title bar in the browser. That is there we are going to give in the title, right? Head, title, then anything SVIT. So I'm going to close this one. Right? Simple example. Later I will explain what is doc will do, what HTML will do, what is head will do. Okay. Title. Next. I have closed this title. Next. My main part is done. So I'm going to close the title. In in C program, main, open, we're going to declare close. The same thing, HTML, that is open, head is close. Opening of flower bracket and closing of flower bracket. In the same thing, going to opening of flower bracket, closing of flower bracket. Consider it like that. Head and closing of the. Next, body and body, right? And we can also include head, like we have one more attribute called language, right? So what type of HTML, what type of language you are trying to write through this HTML, through this page, this web. I'm writing language equal to EN. EN indicating that is the English language. Head, in head we can add the attribute like head language equal to LANG language. Yeah. This is the tag. Actually, LANG is the attribute for the tag head. This like title is also an attribute, one type of attribute. Okay. We can also write script. We can add script attribute. Script in the sense, if I want to deploy other script like JavaScript or any frameworks to this particular program, we're going to use that particular text script in this head part. Okay. Now body. In body, we're going to use like something H1 CIT college closing of H1. And I'm going to write 2 mini codes here, right? Then I'm going to close this body. I'm going to close the root element. Okay, I'm going to close this root element. Now we'll see one by one what this doc type will do. What is this doc type and all? What is this head and head HTML and all? Okay, this doc type. First, to start with the doc type. You can give this doc type in the uppercase or you can give in the lower case. No issues. Okay, this is not case sensitive. You can do anything because this is not an attribute or it's not an element. Okay. So, what is the role of std.h or corner.h standard input output function? Right. So it includes some files, right? That we call a document. What std.h is one library, right? In that library, we are having many files. Nothing but a document. The document contains what the printf function, the scanf function, the what other keywords we're going to use in the program. That particular content, the particular file content will be there in that std.h conner.h, right? The same thing will be in the doc type. Doc type, nothing but it is the first element we're going to see in any of the HTML document, right? It specifies the DTD, nothing but it's having document type definition. Okay, document type definition. This doc type will be having a DTD, but DTD is nothing but document type definition. What this document type definition will be having? It will includes the formal definitions, nothing but it includes the document. It will be having the files. In that files, it having grammar, then grammar like elements, tags, the attribute, and the type of markup language we are using, right? The type of version, HTML version we are using. All those information will be stored in this DTD. Okay, I will repeat. So as std.h will be having information about printf scanf function, the same way in doc type, it's also having some of the information, right? What type of information it's having? Whatever the tags we are using while framing the code, whatever tags like h1 tag, title, head, body, all the tags what we are using in the code, all those are there in this DTD. Right? After writing the code, we'll compile, right? This DTD, what it will do, the compiler will check with this DTD file whether the tags what we have written in the code, it is there in this DTD or not. It is there. That is, that particular rule is there. Particular protocol is matching or not. If protocol is not matching, the particular tag is not there, then it will throw an error or the particular code will not display. It will not execute. Okay, so this DTD is usually having the files, nothing but it's having some of the grammars. It includes elements, attribute, and what type of markup language we are using. Okay, what type of markup or what type of version we are using. Right, all those information will be there in this doc type DTD. Right, so browser what will do? The browser will check this code. The compiler will check this code, this document against the rule of the DTD, rule of the document type. If all were correct, and it will display. Okay, all the tags is there according to the standards, then there will be no problem to display to execute the code, to program. Otherwise, it will throw an error. This is what the doc type will do. Right? We have three types of DTDs. We have three types of doc DTDs. First one is same XHTML version or HTML version, anything. First is what? Strict DTD. First one is strict DTD. Second one is transitional DTD. Transitional DTD. And the third one is frame set DTD. Guys, these are all not there in your syllabus. Okay. I'm explaining these frame set, transitional DTDs and all to better understand when you got the programs in the lab, right? So there we're going to add, you can see these things. strict DTD, transitional DTD, frame set DTD, but these are not included in your syllabus, right? But you have this concept, structure of HTML document is there, but they have not mentioned these DTDs and all that in the textbook or in your syllabus. Okay, frame set DTD. Have three types of DTDs, right? Strict DTD, transitional DTD, and frame set DTD. This strict and transitional you already know. These two are the types of XHTML versions, right? The types of XHTML. In strict, there is HTML validator, right? The HTML validator will validate the particular code. In transitional, it is also having HTML validator, but not the strict and the strict DTD, right? So, what is the role of DTD here? The DTD will having the what? It contains the elements and attributes, whatever the tags required to frame the code, what are the attributes required, what are the language required to frame the code, right? All those elements and attributes are there in the DTD in the form of document, right? So what strict DTD is there means in strict DTD, what are the tags and nothing but the elements and attributes which are not in the frame set. I'll repeat, which are not in the frame set. All those elements and attributes are there in the strict DTD. For example, just consider in frame set span. The span element, span tag is not there in the particular document. If you use the frame set DTD, that span attribute, that span element is not there, the tag is not there. But if you use the strict DTD, that span tag is there. We can use that particular span tag in your code. If we use the strict DTD, if you use the frame set DTD, that span attribute is not there, the span element is not there, right? So you may get the error because while your browser will check the code, right? Your browser will check the code with this DTD document. In the DTD document, the element is there, then it will compile. Otherwise, it will not compile. Okay. If I want to use the span tag in my document, then the span tag should be there in my DTD. Then only we can able to use that one. So whatever the tags are not there in the frame set, it all there in the strict DTD. Right? That is the what strict DTD is. Second is transitional DTD. This transitional DTD is like it's having the same thing. Like in strict DTD, the frame set is not there, it's there in strict DTD. So whatever the tags which is not there in the strict DTD are there in the transitional DTD. Okay, whatever the tags are not there in the which one? Strict DTD, those are there in the transitional DTD. Okay, means for example, if you want to use the particular page for presentation element, for presentation, okay, it includes also include presentation elements. And presentation in the sense, the background color. Presentation is the way of displaying the background color, then the font size of the text, right? So all these the presentation elements. If I want to display particular data with some of the presentation elements, right? Those presentation elements are there in the transitional, but the same presentation element tags are not there in the strict DTD. Okay, transitional DTD are basically used for the web pages. It also includes the presentation element. It should also include the presentation elements for that particular web, for that particular code. The transitional DTDs are used. Okay, the transitional DTDs contains the tags which are not there in the strict DTD. In strict DTD, the tags which are not in the frame set DTD, it will be there in the strict DTD. Right? And when it comes to frame set DTD, it is same as the transitional. Means it is obviously is not, some tags are not there than the strict, but this transition is also having the data which is tags from the strict DTD. The difference between transitional and frame set is that this transitional we're going to use for presentation element. This frame set we are not going to use it for presentation element. The difference is that in the document type, so I will write the example here for first strict DTD. Example for strict DTD is like how the browser or how the compiler come to know the code what we have written, that is using the strict TTD or transition TTD or frameset TTD, right? So for that we have to mention like these things. We have to doc type, right? So HTML, then public. All common things we have to mention public, and we are following up the W3C rules. Then it's having the DTD document. Then it's using HTML something 1.0 or 4.01 version, right? 1.0 or 0.4 HTML version, and it is using the English language. And the code what you're writing, it is in the English language, is from Code. Okay, then here HTTP, by getting a rules, W3C rules from www.w3c organization, W3C organization, and transitional for the content. So HTML4 we are using, and here the last part it will display like strict dot dt. Right. This indicates strict dot, it is the last part. It is indicating that for the browser that we are using the which type of TTD, strict TTD. So whatever the tags are there in the strict TTD, the browser will use those tags while compiling, while running the code. The same thing will be there here, just in transitional HTML 4.01. We're going to write it as transitional. All are same. At last, we're going to use here instead of strict, we're using the not transitional using, we're going to using loose.ttd. This loose.ttd indicating that we are using the second part, transitional DTD. Okay, in the next one, in the third part, everything was same. In place of loose, we're going to use the frame set. In place of transition, using the frame. So whatever the tags were there are included in this particular DTD, it's going to take those values and it is going to compile the program. And this is regarding the what document type HTML. Document type, first part. Right. Second one is what? HTML. So HTML element, it's like, as I said, it's a root. It's a root element. Root element. It's a root element. It includes what? It includes some of the attribute. Okay, the particular. So basically, why we need this heading or HTML element? Okay, in order to right. So the HTML element, it includes majorly two parts. One is head, other one is the body. Right? HTML is set as a root element, and whatever the inputs we want to give for a browser, whatever the inputs we want to give for the browser, all those are included in the HTML element. Right. So basically, we're going to do these things by using the two properties. One is the head, other one is the body. The head, other one is the body. Right. What the head element will do? So basically, the head element, it will display the requirement. Right. So whatever the elements we need to display. Sorry, whatever the input or the main headings, like either in the taskbar, if you want to display, or it's like some input for the browser also. Say head language equal to EN, right? So what is head language equal to EN will do? It will indicate to the browser that the HTML code what we are writing, it will be in the format of English, right? So all those types of necessary information is required for the browser, for the compiler to take and compile the program. All this information we're going to give in the head part, right? So when it comes to body part, means when it comes to body part, what actually we need to display, what content we will display, that content we're going to add up in the body part, right? What content you want to display? For example, I want to display SVT college is in Bangalore, Rajan Kulte. This particular data I want to display on the browser, right? That particular data we're going to add up in this body part, right? So those type of contents, what we want to display to the user or to the browser, all those data we're going to display with the help of or in between the body. Right, and at last, closing of the body and closing of the root element. This is the structure of the any HTML, basic HTML, HTML document, structure of the basic HTML. Right, in head, we can use some of the links, some of the script source, as I said, right? So if I want to take, or if I want to link the other JavaScript, I have written the script in the other file. I want to link up that file to this particular program for this particular file. Right? In the head part, we're going to use that one with the help of link, with the help of right. This we're going to use what as I said, script. This is the tag we're going to use, script source, from where we are trying to retrieve that particular source. For example, it is there some folder ABC, it is there in the folder ABC, then that file name is like program1.js. We usually store the JavaScript in the form, in the type of notations like JS, then close up. Right. So I'm trying to retrieve this particular program, this particular page, right, from outside. So those things we can link here in the head part. Okay, it's indicating for the browser that it should, while compiling, you should move to this particular folder. You should compile this program also. Okay, some information is required for the browser. Those information we are going to load in the where, in the head part. The body, whatever the content you want to display to the user, that particular content we're going to give in the body part. And the document type, so in the document type, we will be having a DTD, that is document type definition, that contains the files, contains the document. It includes the grammar in the sense, whatever the elements, whatever the tag is required to frame the code, to frame the HTML code, all those information will be in the where in the document type. The D type, strict DTD, transition DTD, and set DTD. How to give these three things in the program with the help of this. By the help of the syntax, for example, we can add. We're going to tell to the browser that that what type of DTD we are using, whether we are using the strict DTD or transition DTD or the frame check. This is regarding the structure of the HTML document.